Let's start with The Last of Us Part 2, a game that delivers an emotionally charged post-apocalyptic story of revenge, loss, and survival. Set several years after the original game, it follows Ellie on a path of vengeance through a beautifully detailed, decimated world. The game's narrative pushes boundaries, delivering gut-wrenching twists and character development that will leave you reeling. You're constantly forced to question morality and the nature of vengeance as the story moves through emotional highs and devastating lows. The relationships Ellie forges, and the price she pays for her choices, create a sense of weight rarely felt in games. With incredible voice acting, beautiful yet haunting environments, and an intense storyline, The Last of Us Part 2 transcends what we expect from video game storytelling, leaving an unforgettable impression.
Fuck.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Next up is Disco Elysium, an RPG unlike any other. You play as a detective with amnesia, tasked with solving a murder mystery in a crumbling city on the brink of collapse. What makes Disco Elysium so unique is its focus on dialogue and character interaction over traditional combat. The game's deep dialogue system allows you to shape the detective's personality and unravel the mystery in various ways, with your choices influencing not just the story, but the very nature of your character. The writing is sharp, witty, and often philosophical, touching on themes like addiction, identity, and the crumbling social fabric of society. Every decision carries weight, and the freedom to explore the psyche of your character makes it a truly unforgettable narrative experience. Its combination of dark humor, political commentary, and personal introspection ensures that Disco Elysium stays with you long after you finish playing.
Both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet.
Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice is another standout, offering a deeply personal journey through the mind of Senua, a Celtic warrior suffering from psychosis. The game is a masterclass in combining narrative and gameplay, as it explores themes of mental illness, trauma, and resilience. Senua's quest to rescue the soul of her deceased lover takes her through a hauntingly beautiful world filled with Norse mythology, psychological horror, and puzzles that mirror her internal struggles. What sets Hellblade apart is its portrayal of mental illness. Voices whisper in Senua's ear, distorting reality and creating a constant sense of unease. The use of binaural audio makes these voices feel like they're all around you, adding to the immersive experience. Hellblade is not just a game, but an emotional journey that leaves a lasting impact as it delicately balances its compelling narrative with stunning visuals and deeply moving themes.
Hey, so the wire is definitely down out here.
Moving on to Firewatch, this narrative-driven adventure places you in the shoes of Henry, a man who takes a job as a fire lookout in the Wyoming wilderness after a personal tragedy. Alone in the vast, quiet wilderness, Henry's only connection to the outside world is through his radio, which he uses to communicate with his supervisor, Delilah. The game's story unfolds through these radio conversations as you explore the environment and unravel a mystery brewing in the forest. Firewatch masterfully combines elements of isolation and human connection, making the narrative feel both intimate and emotionally impactful. The interplay between Henry and Delilah is filled with humor, tension, and warmth, making their bond central to the game's emotional core. The narrative explores themes of loneliness, trust, and personal healing, leaving you with a bittersweet sense of closure by the time the story concludes.
Do you dare to enter the Trials Gate?
Amicia de Rune fears nothing.
This apple tree was planted when you were born.
A Plague Tale: Innocence transports players to 14th century France during the height of the Black Death. The story follows two siblings, Amisha and her younger brother Hugo, who are on the run from the Inquisition while trying to survive amidst swarms of plague-infested rats. The game is a dark and moving tale of family, survival, and sacrifice, with a world ravaged by disease and war as its grim backdrop. What makes A Plague Tale stand out is the way it builds its narrative around the bond between the siblings. You're not just playing through Amisha's perspective, but constantly protecting and guiding Hugo, creating an emotional connection that elevates the story. As you guide the two through harrowing situations, the game blends stealth, puzzles, and narrative-driven set pieces to create an experience that feels cinematic in scope. The emotional depth of the sibling relationship, combined with the horrors of war and disease, make A Plague Tale unforgettable.
Promise you, tonight we shall dine like kings.
I have no doubt we will.
Negotiator on site. Repeat. Negotiator on.
Detroit Become Human is a futuristic narrative game that revolves around three androids, Cora, Connor, and Marcus, each with their own storyline that explores what it means to be human. Set in a near-future Detroit where androids are used as tools by humans, the game's narrative challenges you with tough decisions that impact not only the characters' fates, but the outcome of the entire world. With branching storylines and dozens of possible endings, Detroit Become Human places the power of the narrative in your hands. The game explores complex themes such as freedom, oppression, and empathy, making you question your moral choices throughout. The performances by the cast are stellar, bringing life and emotion to the androids as they evolve and struggle to find their place in a world that sees them as disposable. The level of control you have over the story makes each playthrough feel personal and deeply engaging.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
What Remains of Edith Finch is a beautiful, poignant exploration of family history and the stories we leave behind. The game follows Edith Finch as she returns to her family's home and uncovers the tragic, mysterious fates of her relatives. Each family member's story is told through unique, surreal vignettes that vary in gameplay style and tone, making every chapter feel distinct and emotionally resonant. What Remains of Edith Finch is more than just a narrative game. It's a reflection on death, memory, and legacy, told in a way that's both melancholic and uplifting. The creativity in how each family member's story is told, from a fantastical fish cannery sequence to a comic book-style horror adventure, keeps the game fresh and immersive. Its narrative structure and emotional depth make it a standout in the world of story-driven games.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Life is Strange takes us on an emotional journey through the eyes of Max Caulfield, a high school photography student who discovers she can rewind time. The game is set in the fictional town of Arcadia Bay, where Max reconnects with her childhood friend Chloe Price, and the two begin investigating the mysterious disappearance of a fellow student. The narrative is heavily choice-based, with each decision affecting not only the characters' relationships, but the overall direction of the story. The game tackles difficult themes like friendship, grief, and the impact of our choices on others. The time rewind mechanic adds a unique layer to the narrative, allowing players to explore different outcomes and paths. At its core, Life is Strange is about the emotional bonds we form, the regrets we carry, and the power of choices in shaping our lives and the lives of those around us.
I hope I have enough time to get to the bathroom.
In Outer Wilds, you play as an astronaut exploring a mysterious solar system caught in a 22-minute time loop. The narrative is driven by exploration and discovery, with each loop revealing new pieces of the puzzle as you uncover the fate of an ancient alien race and the secrets behind the time loop itself. Outer Wilds is a game that rewards curiosity, as every planet and location is filled with hidden lore and environmental storytelling that ties into the broader mystery. The sense of wonder and awe as you piece together the cosmic puzzle is unlike any other game, making the narrative feel deeply personal and impactful. The game's blend of exploration, mystery, and scientific curiosity creates a unique experience that is both mind-bending and emotionally resonant.
Clean air thing, so...
Alex, you can bum one off me if you're empty.
Oh, no thanks.
Oxenfree is a supernatural thriller about a group of friends who accidentally open a ghostly rift while spending the night on a deserted island. The game's dialogue system is fast-paced and dynamic, allowing you to shape the relationships between the characters as you uncover the island's dark history. What sets Oxenfree apart is its focus on dialogue and character interaction, with your choices influencing not only the story's outcome, but also the emotional bonds between the characters. The narrative explores themes of regret, friendship, and the supernatural, with plenty of eerie, unsettling moments that keep you on edge. The art style and atmospheric soundtrack create a haunting backdrop for the story, making Oxenfree a compelling and unforgettable narrative experience.
And sometimes play Truth or Slap.
Yeah, let's play that. We can inaugurate Jonas.
The Wolf Among Us is based on the Fables comic book series and follows Bigby Wolf, the sheriff of Fabletown, as he investigates a series of grisly murders involving fairy tale characters living in secret among humans. The game's noir-inspired narrative is filled with intrigue, mystery, and tough moral decisions that impact the course of the story. The Wolf Among Us excels in building a gritty, atmospheric world where every choice carries weight. The characters are complex and flawed, and the game's branching narrative ensures that each decision you make has lasting consequences. With its dark tone, engaging characters, and tense, unpredictable story, The Wolf Among Us stands as one of Telltale's finest narrative-driven games.
Fucking am, you hear me? Hey, look at me!
The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a first-person mystery game where you play as Detective Paul Prospero, investigating the disappearance of a young boy in a small rural town. The game's non-linear narrative allows you to explore the town at your own pace, piecing together clues and unraveling the dark secrets hidden within the community. The story blends elements of psychological horror and the supernatural, creating a sense of unease as you delve deeper into the mystery. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter is a haunting, atmospheric game that weaves together themes of imagination, loss, and the unknown, leaving a lasting impact on those who play it. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is a deeply emotional story about two brothers who embark on a journey to find a cure for their dying father. The game's unique mechanic allows you to control both brothers simultaneously, creating a sense of cooperation and connection as you guide them through puzzles and challenges. The story, told entirely without dialogue, is a powerful exploration of family, loss, and sacrifice. The bond between the brothers is at the heart of the narrative, and the game's emotional climax will leave you speechless. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is an unforgettable narrative experience that demonstrates the power of storytelling in video games. Lastly, Gris is a visually stunning game about grief and healing, told through the eyes of a young girl navigating a world that shifts and changes as she processes her emotions. The game's artistic design is breathtaking, with each stage representing a different aspect of grief. Gris is light on dialogue, but heavy on symbolism, making it an emotional and artistic experience that resonates deeply with players. The narrative unfolds through exploration and subtle environmental cues, creating a journey of self-discovery that is both visually beautiful and emotionally powerful.